Hey guys, it's Sunday, September 8th, 2019, and welcome to our live. Yesterday we reviewed some stocks, and I've received several requests offline, and these are for the other stocks that we have not covered today. So I will be discussing them here. And also, for those who are joining, we can take a look at your favorite stocks as well. Okay, so why don't you say hi so we can greet you? Okay, so you're looking at our screen, and that is our YouTube channel. We are also saving our recordings or our live sessions there so that you can have several options on which platform you'd like to review our analysis. And also, let's take a look at the international market. So, whoever is already here, may I know if you're also trading the international market? Are you also interested in trading the international market? And currently, well, yesterday, I also am trying to trade cryptocurrencies, and yeah, just cryptocurrency. I am not very comfortable trading forex and gold, oil. They require large amounts, and we need to have some leverage because of the amount that they need to require for you to trade. So I'm not really very comfortable using leverage in my trades. So I'd rather go for trading stocks or cryptocurrency. And just yesterday, let's take a look at this. Just for those who are interested in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin right now is trying to consolidate in this area. Hopefully, this will give us a good bull run or some upward movements for Bitcoin. But we're still observing the market. Although over here, if you were to check it out, by the way, I'm using TradingView.com. This is where I check out the stocks, the charts of the stocks I trade in the international market. So if you notice, if you're going to check their technical analysis for this one, the market sentiment is more on the buying side for Bitcoin right now. Hopefully, this will give us another good run. However, on a much faster time frame, many people are taking profit. So we'll see how the market ends, how Bitcoin ends for this day. And also, normally, if one Bitcoin is, or if a cryptocurrency is moving up, the other major cryptocurrencies are also moving in that direction. So looks like Ethereum is about to break out of that MA20 line, and hopefully it crosses above the MA20 line. There you go. So that we can finally have a good reversal here, because for several weeks now, Ethereum is already still moving below the MA20 level, so we are on a declining movement. However, take a look at this part. Okay, this one. If you are to check out this, it's moving in an upward direction now. Your RSI, but over here, this is just giving us a like sideways here. But yep, that's the bounce that we see. But the next challenge here is, of course, for it to break the MA20 line. Let's take a look at XRP, because these are the stocks or crypt, the currencies that I have on my watch list. XRP against the USD. I think this is the slowest moving cryptocurrency against the other. Although this has been ranked as the second at one point, market cap. Um, I forgot the website. Never mind. Uh, this is also trying to trigger the MA20 level over here. So hopefully this is the reversal that we have been waiting for. Because look at this. This has been already on a bullish divergence while the movement of the stock was on a decline. See this one? So hopefully this is the time that, many people have been waiting for, the reversal. And let's take a look what the market sentiment is. But here it says sell. So we'll see, we'll observe. Because the MA20 is acting as a resistance, but we can never tell. Maybe it can break the resistance and we have a good breakout. Okay, who among you here are trading the cryptocurrency as well? Let me know. Martes, good evening. Hindi po ba masyadong mahal mag-international market? Luigi said, is asking. So what's good is that, well, I'm using eToro. You can use any platform. With the platform that I'm using, the minimum amount that you can start trading here is just $200. Okay, and then when you do not use any leverage, meaning you don't borrow any money, there's no charge, zero fees. So at the end, it's even cheaper to trade the international market. So that's interesting. So if we are to, let's just use the virtual portfolio so you can somehow understand the interface of this website or platform that I am using. And if you search YouTube and other social media, even in Facebook, a lot of people are Filipinos are already using eToro to trade the international market. So, for example, you want to trade Bitcoin because it's only the cryptocurrency that's open 24 hours, even on weekends, right here. So, if you trade, so let's say you want to buy, look at this. If you borrow some money here, if there's a leverage, there is a charge, a daily charge. But of course, look at the size that I put in here. Let's say you're only going to trade $200 here. Okay. And you use leverage, there's a daily charge of 15 cents. But that's just very, very minimal if you try to convert it, right? Now, there's a stop loss. You can set that and you can set your profit taking area as well. And just to give you an idea, I trade stocks with zero leverage and I don't have really a big portfolio equity here. I just make sure I manage the funds that I trade. Okay. I only use the money that I can easily forget in the next 6 months, 1 year. Okay, so each time I have, let's say it's my payday, so I set aside like 3,000 pesos or 5,000 pesos, it depends, but definitely I just put in the money that I can easily forget and then I use that for trading, and I don't use leverage. I set my stop loss area, for example Facebook here. What's good is you are trading more established companies like Fortune 500 companies, and with just $100, even $50, you can already trade it. See this? So let's say I want to buy, let's say at that amount I only have $50. That's fine. See that? I don't want to use leverage, I use times one. Okay, and then look, daily charge zero, weekend charge zero. So you can also set your stop loss, which is, for example, at any time it reaches $10 below your entry price or a specific rate. When example, the rate goes down to $150, because at the price right now is 187. If it reaches 150, then you get kicked out. So that's the beauty of it. You can do your thing on a, other stuff for the day, and then the tool will just manage your trade for you. You can set your profit taking area, and then you set your order. With one leverage or times one leverage, that means you are not borrowing money from the platform. That means there are no charges. So that's awesome. Good evening, Joji. Hi, Marfe. And Rose, of course. Hi, Graham. Um, miss you guys. So people who have been, yeah. So by the way, tomorrow I'll be reporting for work in the morning. That would mean I will be home around 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Then I will be able to do live in the evening, and those are my schedules in the next 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. And by Wednesday to Friday, I'll be in the mid shift. So most likely on those dates, I will be doing live in the morning. So sorry about that, guys. My schedule is so erratic, broken, but that's it. And yeah, so for those of you who are already familiar with eToro, you can create your account there. If you don't have an account yet, let me invite you. Okay. Because eToro is, okay, let me just pull it up. eToro is giving away $50 for the new members who will join the platform, right? I'm going to show you their offerings here. So if I share my link, right, and you create your account through my link, they will give you $50 on your first deposit. And then of course they'll give me a gift as well for inviting you. All right? So this is my link. When you create an account, it's still free, but of course, what's the use of creating an account if you don't fund, right? So fund it with at least $200, and then you will be able to get your gift. So that is my link. Okay. So let's start with your requests. Do you have any stock that we can review for today? I can write it down. Let me just open my notes. Okay, so I will go to our, okay, this is Investograms, and earlier someone asked about, let me just put that one here, FAEV, AGI, Emperador, just one moment. It's gathering the stocks. But go ahead and put in the stocks you'd like me to review, so I can add that on our list. Okay. This one came from Victor, who was messaging me earlier, and then he wanted me to review some stocks. Okay. There. So let's check out Bell, DMC, DNL, EMP as the first set of stocks. All right. For Bell, actually, the stocks that he was mentioning earlier were really good stocks, good picks. Good job, Victor. So let me open our indicators. I'm using Bollinger Band, and let's change the format. All white. Okay. Okay, just putting in the settings. Is it clear? Okay, good. And we are also going to add our RSI. What about you guys? What indicators are you using? For me, this is, I also, when I started, I used MACD because it's also easy to understand. But eventually I found these combination really helpful and effective. Okay, so let's take a look at Bell. Bell now is stabilizing in the area. It's actually consolidating right now, but looking at where it is at, so it's giving us this doji. That means technically it's still undecided, but overall you are at a very cheap level, actually sitting right at the support area. So if this will not happen on Monday, in the coming days, definitely within the week, most likely we are going to have a good bounce, right? Bullish movement for Bell. For DMC, same scenario over here, sitting right at the support area. But your RSI is giving us some good messages over here. Bullish divergence. All right. The next one is DNL. See these? Good job, Victor. These all came from Victor. Sitting right at the support level, support area, and RSI is moving up. Okay. Okay. Hi, Mark and Alkin. Let me also add that. CHP and PIP. The next one is EMP. For EMP, there you go. See that? Really cool picks. Look at that. We're at the oversold level. So if you want to test it out, that's you can already start testing this out, right? The next one is CHP. We already had a bounce for CHP. Okay. So I think this is a good sign. Good bounce for CHP over here. So you can test this out. The nearer you are to 2.75, if the market gives us a chance right at that area, good. But if not, definitely we are expecting more green candlesticks for CHP. However, of course, be extra careful once it reaches your MA20 line, because at the moment we're still below the MA20 levels. That means your MA20 will act as your resistance. So we already have a bounce. That's already a confirmation that CHP has bounced. And this candlestick is a hammer. Okay. This one is a candlestick that signifies we're anticipating a reversal. But this, be extra careful, because if this appears right at the resistance area, then of course, same message sign. This will already give us some signs of reversal, and potentially, if that appears in the resistance, you will expect to have some retracement or some declines in the coming days. But right now, it appeared at a support level. That means we're expecting some bounce on a positive side. PIP. For PIP, we are expecting some retracements for PIP. See this? This is a shooting. Let me see. Shooting star candlestick. There. This one. Okay, that's a shooting star. Okay, so high resell. I will add Double Dragon, JFC, X, PSB, FNI. Although some of these were already discussed in our previous video or video yesterday, but we can go ahead and still add that. So we are already at PAP, right? So PAP is bound to create some bearish movements in the coming days. Double Dragon. So we are moving below the MA20 line. That means we are on a decline. And sometimes there are what we call retracements. So even if this is on a decline, it retraced, decline, retraced, or what do you call that? Bounce, and then continues to decline, and then he bounced again. And this one, we might be seeing this stock visit the support level. So it might visit the support area again, just to stabilize at the support level before it goes up. So just wait for the right timing, because I think this is not yet the time. It might go further down. Hopefully it stops at the support area. If not, we might see this is the next possible area to watch out for here. Okay, because I've seen it here. This stock stopped at the same spot during this week. Okay, so these are your key areas to watch out for, but definitely we'll see this potentially visit the support again. Okay, JFC. For JFC, okay, hopefully we have the price starts above the MA20 line, because we're already seeing, improvement in the RSI now within the 40 level. And then this is a doji, so that means the market is undecided whether to give us some more downward movements or upward move. So here's what we can do. If tomorrow price starts above the MA20 level and then most action happens on the upside, that means we have a confirmation that we finally have a reversal. If not, then that would mean the bearish move is not yet over. Okay, let's see how it looks like on a weekly chart. It's trying to create a stabilization in this area, trying to establish the support. See that? But we're at a very cheap level for Jollibee now. So I'm thinking, if you are if you'd like to enter Jollibee as a long-term investor, this is the level. In the long-term perspective, we are already at a cheap level. for Jollibee. Okay. Yep. There you go. And let's take a look at X. For X, doing some sideways movement here, right? Overall. But this MA20 line tried to resist for several days. And you have this candlestick, a shooting star. So I'm thinking it might visit the support area again. So check out what happens around this level, 0.92. So guys, it's an area, by the way, so it can be slightly higher or slightly lower than that. But definitely, if the market gives me a chance, if I am to get in this stock, I'd wait at the 0.92 level. Okay. Hello, Victor. I used your questions earlier. Yeah. There's a vendor that passed by here selling balut. You heard that. Okay. Now let's talk about PSB. PSB. Okay. PSB is currently creating a support right where we are at right now. So I'm thinking we are expecting a possible bounce, right, for PSB. Hopefully we see another green candlestick, and for several days this support has already sustained, and more bullish movements here. It's a good job. Nice pick here. Overall, wow. Overall, we're at a cheap level. So I think this is a good pick. You know why? Where did this stock go? Where was the stock at this point? Very good volume over here, right? Okay, it's sustained in that area. There were gap ups here. But look, no one is selling. Meaning, after they bought it here, although there's a declining volume, but when this red candlestick happened, look at the volume, so small. That means there's a big whale or a big institution who has already purchased big volume right at this level. So I'm thinking, any moment from now, this can potentially jump. See that? FNI. 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 Okay. It might visit this area again near the MA20. Okay, so if the market gives us a chance right at this area, then that could be a good entry price. Okay, or slightly higher. Just remember, it's an area. Always, always. So if you believe in the stock, enter near the MA20. Around, let's see that. There you go. Okay. How's everyone so far? ABBA. Yes, Jerson. Let's take a look at ABBA. What else? You're welcome, Rio. I hope you guys can continue to support our page. And what only inspires me every night or every day when I go live is, when I have people like you guys who are joining me whenever we have this session. Because my overall goal here is, of course, to create that skill. Okay, we want to create and establish a skill. And we only form a skill once we do it consistently. They said that you form a habit in 21 days. So far, for those people who have already monitored and consistently joined us in these sessions, we have already created the habit, guys. And that's the beginning and the skill. If every day, even if you are already an expert, if every day you read charts, you try to execute it, be it in real portfolio or your virtual portfolio, you execute what you've learned for the day. You are creating, you are building a skill. We all want to gain money, but at this stage, if you're, let's say, new, your main objective is to be accurate. You want to form that skill so every single time you are accurate in your analysis, in your execution. Money is a byproduct of our actions. Sometimes the fear of missing out or the FOMO comes in because we have the greed. We want to get that X amount. We're looking at the amount. So if you put aside the monetary aspect of things and try to focus first on your skill, the building of the skill, then money will come later. And of course, for those people, a lot of us here are, uh, we are in the middle class. I work. I'm sure some of you guys are also employees who are working and just doing this on the side. Make sure you manage your finances. Only use the money that you think you can forget for a while, probably 6 months to a year. And you don't have to loan, you don't have to start really, really big because we're after the skill. So if you, let's say, I'm trading in the international market and I only trade $100, $100 every single time. If I gain $2, $3, I'm happy with it because the message is I'm accurate with my analysis. So it's just that. My 2 cents for the day. Let's master it. And how do we do that? Discipline, guys. Let's do this every single night. Join me. Okay? Although my schedule varies sometimes. Join me. Let's do this together. And when the market closes, go back to the video, try to cross-reference our analysis. If we are correct, apply it in your trade. Okay, I've already given you different portals, different platforms where you can access our videos. Whatever um, platform you like the most, then you can view that video from there. All right? Okay. Words of inspiration on a Sunday so that we're all inspired to do this even better, right? Okay. So, where are we now? Okay, so I've added ABBA. Let me add Marasigan Manic's request. IMI, Shell PH, Annie, PPG, MY, PIP. Okay, we already reviewed that. I hope you were able to hear it. Maxis. Guys, please share our page to your friends so we can invite more Filipinos to, start engaging in the stock market. MBT. Let's add that. This is for Pepe. Geo APC. APC. Salamat. Yep. Yes, true. Thank you, Murphy. Ano po sinabi niya sa FNI? Okay, so FNI, this is for you, James. FNI might visit the green line that you can see right now. So that used to be a resistance when the stock was doing some sideways movement, right? And then there was a massive gap up. And then now we're on a decline and we'll potentially visit that resistance and hopefully it'll create a brand new support at that level. And then we'll see another bounce. Okay, so that's the desired movement that we we want to anticipate here. Okay, 1.55 areas the focus. What happened? Why should you cut loss? James, are you still there? Let me know. Why do you think you want to cut loss? What was your entry price? Okay, guys. My 2 cents about cut loss, and some might disagree with me. Okay, when, for example, this is in the context of PSE. If you bought this, let's say FNE at around 1.90 level, and you are already at what? Let's see how many percent are you down? Okay, so let's say you're already at 19% negative. So if you still have the patience, because the stock market is a game of patience, right? If you have the time and patience to wait for the stock to bounce, okay, so let's say this bounces and then it goes up again, but let's say it goes up only up to this level, okay, just that level, for example, 1.81, and you see a candlestick that is triggering a downward movement again. All right, so take profit. Let's say if you had 1,000 shares here and this moves up, maybe you can sell 400 shares, and don't buy. Okay, now that you have a buying power, don't buy some other stocks yet, because your overall objective here is you want to get out at least with a small profit or break even for the stock. So when you sold some of your shares here, technically you already did a cut loss in that 400 shares, correct? Now, so let's say it goes down again. Let's say it visits this area. The buying power that you have when you sold it right here, you buy it here. So overall, with this action, your cost average will be lowered down. Then chances are when it goes back up again, that at least you can have either a small profit. So that's how you can um, lower down your cost average without having to add some more funds. That's my 2 cents on it. 1.75. Okay. So just be a little patient, because I'm thinking if MA20 line is not broken, or it does not break the MA20 line, it might, okay, it might give us another bullish move, because the psychology of the stock market is, of course, there are only three movements here. It either will go up, will go down, and will go sideways. So it's all about time. We're just talking about the time element here that differentiates the actions. So it will definitely go up, but we just do not know when. So the downside is, if you don't cut loss, the downside there is just the time. But if you're doing this, let's say on the side, or this is not your primary main source of income, the stress level is still manageable. But the reason why some people would say go cut your losses, because they're addressing it to traders, normally those traders who are doing this full time. Because that makes sense, right? Our dog is so noisy. There are dogs outside. If you don't cut your losses and you are a trader, and let's say you're doing this as your main source of income, so what will happen is you will not have any revenue in the coming days. You do not know when the next stock or when the next bullish move is, so it can stay there for weeks, months, or even years. So it all depends. But in FNI, I think my 2 cents here is that we will see some declines, but we are not going to reach like months for it to go up again. Okay. hopefully. Got it. ABA. For ABA, okay, ABA is resting at the MA20 line, and we're now above the MA20 level. So I'm thinking, hopefully we might see another green candlestick for ABA in the coming days. But of course, you have your conditions. This is when I'd like to say, cut your loss. For example, you want to get in at 0.87, right? And then you're unsure whether the price will go up or down. So what you can do, first, market opens, observe the price action on the first 30 minutes, right? If most of the action happens on the upside, then good. Okay, you're already in at around 0.87. But if the action happens below the 0.87 area, this is when you say, okay, I have to cut loss 3 to 5%. Okay, before it even reaches the 5%, which I have to ask you again, is 5% your tolerable loss? Are you willing to say goodbye to that 5%? Okay, don't wait for it to reach up to 10% because that's so heavy to let go, or 15%. That's a hard-earned money that we have there that's at stake. So if you are okay to lose 3 to 5%, lose early in the game. Okay, accept the fact that your analysis is incorrect, and then let go. Okay, in that perspective, I'm okay to cut loss. But if you already have lost 15 to 20%, no, just wait. Wait for it to go back again. IMI. IMI, good bounce. Good bounce. Okay, so I'm thinking, and good volume here starting to trigger. I'm thinking we might see some more green candlesticks, and you're already at a very cheap level for IMI. So the nearer you are to the MA20 level, the better. If the market gives us a chance near the MA20 line, all good. But definitely we're seeing some bullish movements in the coming days for IMI. Shell PH. The same with Shell PH, starting to build a volume right here. For the longest time, it has been on a decline with very, very slim volume. It's starting to build now. Okay, so what we can see here, treat your MA20 as your next resistance, and treat this area as your possible support. Hold on, let me just pull that a little downwards over here. Okay, so this will be your support, this will be your resistance. The nearer you are in the support, if you want to get in, the nearer you are to the support, the better. And then set a 3 to 5% stop loss level. And this could be your profit taking area, 34.92. Okay. ANI. Wow. We might have a breakout play for ANI here. Volume is still good here. Yeah, it did a breakout over here. This was the resistance. It finally broke out of the resistance level. So I'm thinking if we might have a green candlestick tomorrow, okay, maybe a green candlestick either tomorrow or continuously in the coming days. But one thing I can say is that it might retrace and go back to this level. A previous resistance will now act as a support. It will create a support around this level. So let's say tomorrow, if this does not gap up, okay, and gives you a chance near this area, then that could be a good entry price. Next is PPG. For PPG, same. This was the resistance that I'm seeing, and then it broke out of that resistance. Okay, so I'm thinking this might give us some more bullish movements. All right, good job to those. Well, let me rephrase that. This will be a chance for those who were able to buy around this level. Okay, you will now have a chance to get out and probably check other stocks. Okay, if this does not continue to go up and probably gives us a bearish move, for those who entered, let's say, around this level, this is the area where you can partially sell some shares, and then when this declines, the buying power you have, purchase it somewhere near the MA20 line. That way your cost average will be lowered down. This is the perfect example that I was referring to earlier. It went down and then they waited. Now moving up here, and for example, we see some signs of weakness triggering a possible bearish move, then that's when you sell and then buy it again here. M wide. For M wide. Okay, Michael, Meg. Okay, let's see. Let me add Meg. James. I never got pause and now I am doing 20K before. I'm down 20K before nag-ceiling. Blessed. Patience is virtue. Wow. So, did I get that right? You were down by 20K before, and then when the other day we had a ceiling, you were able to get out break even or with a profit? Good job. Good job, Marites. DMC. That's for chart. Let's add that as well. Okay. Let us continue. M wide. Okay, for M wide, doing some sideways movement over here, right? But it is starting to trigger the upper band, which means we might see some reversal or some bullish movements in the coming days. Good volume at the same time here. So I'm thinking we might have another green candlestick tomorrow. So plan your entry. As always, the nearer you are to the MA20 line, the better. But if the market does not give us a chance, haggle anywhere in between. Okay? But definitely I'm seeing that we might see some more green days for M wide. Maxis. For Maxis, another good story. We're now sitting right at the MA20 level, which means your MA20 can now act as a support, and be ready because potentially we might see some more green movements or bullish moves for Maxis. Treat the upper band as your next resistance. Over here. There you go. That's my next resistance. So the nearer you are to the MA20 level, the better. And MBT. For MBT, trying to create a support in this level, right? But your RSI is already giving us some good signs over here. Upward movement. There you go. So this is an area where you can start building or accumulating volume. You can start buying at this level. Geo is giving us some retracement. Hopefully it bounces back up right at the MA20 area. Okay, so see the price action around this area. Wow. Okay. Wait for it to go further down here. If not, maybe, who knows? Because I've seen it stop multiple times around this area. So maybe this could already be a support. Okay. So two areas to watch out for. This area and this area. For Geo. APC. APC, we had a good bounce. I'm thinking we will have another green candlestick um, tomorrow and in the coming days. What's APC again? APC group. Okay. Next is so possible green day for APC tomorrow. Meg. Meg, you are at the resistance area for Meg. Okay, so be extra careful because it might visit the support once again. Hopefully, it doesn't really go all the way down to the support area, maybe halfway. So, what you can do, okay, so let's see. Hopefully, I'm incorrect. If the price starts above, okay, price starts above the MA20 line and most action happens on the upside, then of course that would mean we've broken out of the resistance area. If not, it might revisit again the support. Let me plot it here, over here, around 4.87 area. Okay, 4.87. Yep, around that level. Okay, so the condition is I hope the market starts above the MA20 level and most action starts happening on the upside. Then we have a confirmed reversal. If not, it might just stabilize, create a support in this level before it moves up again. Okay, next is DMC. Did we talk about DMC? Yep. Currently creating a support in this area, but your RSI is already slowly moving on the upside. I mean, creating a bullish divergence. Okay. With profit. Wow, good job. Patience is indeed a virtue, Meredith. Let's give a big round of applause to Meredith. What dog is that? Well, our dog is a Jack Russell, but there are dogs outside. That's why he's barking, or the dog is outside. UBP. Okay, this one is for Christian. Let me add UBP, URC, SMC. Okay, this is for Rose. Thanks for the review. You're welcome, Bong. What time are we doing live tomorrow? Okay, so I will be able to do live around 9 in the evening tomorrow because I'll be reporting for work 6 in the morning. Okay, I live in Cavite. I work in Ortigas area. So imagine my travel every day. Consistency is key. It becomes a habit. I've been doing that in the past 10 years. Okay. So hopefully you can also join tomorrow night, Rose, around 9 in the evening, Philippine time. Okay, so let's continue with we now UBP. Okay, UBP this time. Okay, UBP is currently sitting right at the MA20 level. Okay, so for those who are new, I'm using a Bollinger Band as an indicator, and the middle line here is the moving average in the past 20 days. What is the price in the past 20 days? Hi, okay, it's slightly lower. 59.89. Okay, around that area. Okay, so it's an area, guys. So we're at the support area, meaning MA20 line acting as a support. So hopefully this gives us a good bounce tomorrow. A green candlestick would be good to confirm that indeed we are ready to face a bullish movement for UBP. URC. URC, same. Okay. We had a doji here, landed at this area, started at this area, and most action happens on the upside. So I'm expecting. Now we're very bullish with URC. We might see some more green candlesticks in the coming days. Okay, your RSI looks healthy, and SMC. Okay, we now have a different story for SMC. So it was sitting right at this at the MA20 level for the past few days, right? But it broke the MA20 line, so I'm thinking it might visit this area again, and hopefully it just stops right there. Okay, so if you have not entered SMC yet, haggle some more, wait for it to reach this area, and of course, the recommended action is wait for a confirmation that we are about to face a bounce before you enter, because it might break this and continue to go down. But so far, this support is strong. For several times in the past months, this area was hit. Okay, so it might create a solid support in this level. Okay. Yay, Rose. See you again tomorrow. Miss JD, so is it a good time to buy DMC? Just a follow up. Okay. Let me go back to DMC. Yes, for me, it's a good time to buy DMC in this level. All right. Because of two things. Line, it landed on the same spot, creating a support in the 8.82, 8.80 area, but your RSI is starting to move up now. So those are the key reasons why we are bullish for this stock, right? Now, again, you have to understand what your objective is. Are you there for long term or for trading purposes? Because if you are trading, you already have to design, or you have to plan your trade ahead. So let us say if it goes down by X percent, what is, when you say go down by X percent, you have to identify the X. What is your tolerable loss? If I lose 3%, am I okay to say goodbye to that amount? Then that could be your stop loss area. If your maximum tolerance for a loss is 5%, then you can set that as a stop loss number. Okay. But of course, that's the reason why the first thing you need to know in studying the stock market is you need to know where to find the support and the resistance. Okay, that's the number one thing you need to study. And the way we're doing things here every single day, the first thing we want to check out is we always check the support and we check the resistance, because knowing the support will influence your entry price. The nearer you are to the support, the better, because that's an area that it will bounce. So chances are your stop loss or your stop loss levels will not be consumed. Because if you enter at the resistance area, definitely your stop loss levels will easily kick you out of the trade. Okay, make sense? First thing to study, number one, study the candlesticks. You have to understand how to read each candlestick. Okay. Number two, study the support versus resistance. Okay, those in technical terms. Okay, but prior to that, prior, the very first thing. Okay, you have to understand your profile. Why am I here? Am I here as a trader? Am I here as a investor? An investor. Number two, then probably the candlestick, support resistance, and then choose the indicator that you like to use. Okay. I know several other indicators, but this is the indicator that I'm more comfortable with. I actually started with a MACD and eventually I've evolved here. Sometimes I would apply moving average. Someone mentioned here the AOTS. I've also used that before. Well, it's okay, but I just don't like messy looking charts. Okay. Um, did I finish SMC? Okay, yeah, I did. Okay. Alex. Okay, Alex LHC. LHC. Let's check that out. Okay. Okay, LHC might revisit or give you a chance right at the support area. We're actually near a support area, guys. 3.40 area. So see that at one point it reached this level, and look at your RSI. RSI is now moving upwards. Upward movement, or what we call the bullish divergence. So if you want to get in at around the 3.40 area, because we're looking at a possible bounce in this area. Okay, and that is for Alex. You're welcome, Jardine. Chart the minimal possible, but thank you is at 30, is at 3%. Yeah. JGS for Romeo. Okay. Guys, please share our page to your friends on your wall or your groups so that we can have more people join us each time, right? JGS. JGS. And have you already subscribed to our channel? By the way, we are Miss JD. Okay, I am Miss JD in YouTube. For now, we're just posting the videos that we have created here because I love to go back to the videos that I create because I normally validate the result of my analysis. So, and because we don't have the luxury of time, I use this as a best practice. I just increase the playback speed, and then on another tab, I open Instagrams and then check the chart. That's all. Just validate the analysis. Okay, JGS is what? You are at the resistance level for JGS. So most likely, if the market gives us a chance, because I'm seeing a possible red candlestick tomorrow. Okay, so it might revisit this area or test this area, and hopefully it just bounces right there. Otherwise, if that gets broken, then it might revisit this area again. Okay, so I'll just plot this number for now. In the area of 68.25 would be a next possible bounce. Very informative. Thank you, Chard. MPI, MBT for Mitch. MPI. Oh, I already did MBT, but I'll put MPI. Okay. I remember I was reviewing my analysis the other day. I said, okay, so this is a good bounce for MPI. We're expecting another green day. And so if the market gives us a chance near the MA20 line, that would be better. And then boom, then the next day gap up. Okay, so my thoughts here. Remember, there's a blank here. There's a gap. Normally, this is how the market behaves. Whenever there is a gap, it visits that gap to fill the gap. So I'm thinking we might have some more retracements here to fill this gap. So if you want to enter the stock, not yet, okay, because it might retrace and revisit this area. Okay, I don't want to say the next possible entry for now because I'm still very conservative. It's still right here, 4.91. But we don't know. It might um, stop halfway. All right, create a stabilization around that area and then goes up again. We can never tell, but definitely for now it's still this area. So that means wait a little longer. This is not yet time to enter. Okay, it might retrace. Excuse me. Ma'am, bakit RSI mo is not, let me see, not the same? Bakit RSI mo sa all HE is not the same? I'm not sure what your settings are in your RSI because I just use the default format, inputs, length 14. So the average, probably in the average in the past 14 days. So maybe try to check out what your inputs are here because mine says 14. That's the default. And my this is the area where you my overbought area. Anything that exceeds that would be overbought. Here, anything that goes lower than the 30 level is oversold. So maybe you can check out that, check out the input area as well. It's showing still downtrend. Oh, she can, you give me tips RSI setup, ma'am. Oh, I just use the uh, default settings. Let me know. Maybe you can drop a comment. Check out your RSI and let me know what the settings are. Okay. I posted some candlestick patterns in the past, I think around June or July. Maybe if you have the chance, I posted several, which was also shared to us by one of our followers here. I forgot his name. But really, it was so helpful. I would sometimes bump it up and post it again so you can use that for your reference. Candlestick patterns. You can check out the photos or my previous posts and it will really help us. Um, in so I have MPI, LHC. Okay, so another thing that you need to also make this as your best friend. PSE Edge. You're all familiar with PSE Edge, right? If you have the time, make it a habit to take a look at the most recent updates in PSE Edge. Financial reports are here. Dividends are also here. And yep, so take a look at that. Oh, I remember now. Going back, because I was mentioning earlier, coin market cap. That was at the start of this live. I was talking about cryptocurrency because I also traded. I would trade sometimes cryptocurrency, and this is where I look at. See this: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. These three are the top cryptos, but XRP is the slowest moving cryptocurrency, right, for the longest time. Okay, so if you want, just take a look at those. And I'm also trading. I am actually more active in eToro. I posted my link there. So if you want to create your own account in eToro, you can use my link. So when you fund it with at least $200, eToro will give you $50. There you go. And eToro will also give me $50. And then you can already start trading or investing in your favorite stocks in the international market. You can trade eToro, Facebook, all these very popular Fortune 500 companies. Just showing my virtual account. So you have Apple, Google, Dropbox, Facebook, Amazon, gold, oil, cryptocurrency, forex. You can trade them here. And I noticed in terms of fees, it's way cheaper to trade the international market in this platform, because if you do not use leverage, there's no fee, 0%. And you can set your stop loss levels and your take profit area. There's also research that you can take advantage of, right? So going back here, buy when the market is down, you can sell. So you can bet on a declining stock. You cannot do that in the Philippines. Also, you can borrow if you want, but there's a fee. You'll see it right here. But if you don't use any leverage or you don't want to borrow anything, so it's just 0%. You should, it's not reading it anyway. Probably because the market is closed. But definitely, if you do not use any leverage, you are not charged any fee. Okay. And there's a research here that you can take advantage of. Okay. It tells you the what the market sentiment is. It says that, oh, it's a strong buy for Facebook, and some analysts say that this is already a strong buy for Facebook, and hedge fund activities. So it's showing us that, and there you go. A lot of and this is like the social media of the approach is like social media. You can post here, like people share their insights about a specific stock, okay, and you can copy people. I already have 2 followers. I mean, I have 25 followers, and here I have. I know I have 25 followers. Where is that? It's not showing, but 2 copiers. So these people are copying my trades. If I gain, then they will also gain without doing anything. They just copy me, and I don't have access to their funds, but the system has the ability to replicate all the trades that I have. So if I gain, they gain. If I lose, they also lose. But I set my stop loss levels. It's always $5, 5% of my trade, of the amount I trade. So that's how it goes here. Okay. I just set up in weekly, so it's same, ma'am, please. So Edwin said, sorry, ma'am, I just set up in weekly. Okay. So just make sure you also look at the time frame, because the movement of the patterns or of the chart uh, varies. Okay, so you will have a different look when it is on a weekly, or see, let's say weekly chart. So it's different. Wow, on the weekly chart, it's triggering the lower or the middle MA20 line. So most likely we'll have. Hopefully, it just stops right there. Okay, and Seb chart. I'm still in my virtual account trying to learn. No, that's fine. That's how I did. I also, so this is just to answer Marife. I created an account in eToro back in June or July last year, but only took the courage to start trading. I started with $248 and added some more funds. Okay, but I started really being active back in June. And so far, hopefully, we will be able to recover the 1.48 negative. The month is just starting, so hopefully we have a a good setup. So I felt bad with that 1.48 decline. Shoot. Anyway, um, so Seb. Okay, so this is for chart. Let's take a look at Seb for chart. Okay, we're just right at the MA20 level. So this is the support for Seb. Hopefully we will see, because I think look at the direction of your MA20 line. It is pointing upwards. So maybe, we'll have another green candlestick tomorrow and in the days to come. We're just right at the support area for Seb. Okay. Is there a stop loss option in COL? Nope, not at the moment. So you have to manually do that because I don't see it. Not yet, but there's this platform which I do not have an account with. It's AAA Equities. They have a stop loss feature. So maybe you can check that out as well. Okay, right. So I think that ends our Sunday session. Thank you guys for consistently joining me, and I'm excited to see the results tomorrow. Okay, see you again. No, not see you again. I'm not ready for that. Chat with you again tomorrow. Okay, bye bye for now. You have a great evening, morning, and afternoon around the world. Okay, bye bye.